Hey guys, AscendantGod here with Raid Shadow Legends, doing some shard openings. Got quite a few that we're going to be doing here. I got them on 3 different accounts. I only got about 10 minutes left right now for the increased shard rate drop on Ancients. I'm going to go through the Ancients first, save the Voids and Sacreds, best for last. This is going to be on 3 different accounts. This one here is my account that has just 1 legendary right now, but he is pretty decent. It's Bad Alcazar. Got Painkeeper as a healer. Have a handful of other decent champions on this account. Hoping to get somebody else that's a decent legendary on this one, because right now I don't have the greatest roster. So since the drop rate is up, as you can see, it's up to 16% and 1% instead of the 8 and the 0.5. So only have about another 10 minutes, like I said, so going to go ahead and start on this account. This is the account that I'm the least worried about since it does have Bad Alcazar. So, just start with this one, see what happens here. The next account after this has no legendaries on it yet. Couple of okay epics. Alright. So no. Then my main account has a few shards too, so of course going to save the best for last. As far as the Ancients at least. Alright, so this is trash. Spirit Host, no good. She's okay for Arena. Problem is there's better champions with better speed auras, like even the one that we get. Ooh, an epic. Hyena. Did not know Hyena. Attacks one enemy before attacking, has 80% chance of... Oh, and she places it before. That's... Yeah, the only problem is that it only does 1 enemy, so that's not that impressive unless she hits really hard. 1 enemy and a weak, and a weaken, but again, it's just 1 enemy though. That's 1 enemy 2 times, 10% chance of granting an next turn. Get up to 15 with that. Unless she hits hard. Well, her ratings are pretty good. Maybe she does hit hard. I don't know. You'll have to see. I might toy with her. Alright, on to the next one. Don't have much time here for the Ancients. Is down to 8 minutes now. Alright. Totem. Garbage. Not even going to go over her. She's food. Alright, next one. Wish me luck. Come on, let's see a yellow. Let's see a yellow. I need another yellow on this. Well. Alright. Well, champion challenge. Alright, cool. Alright, so 1 account down. Gonna save these for later, like I said. Gonna go to the next account. This account needs legendaries or even a good epic a lot more. As you can see, I have some that are decent, like this Zelota is decent, Crimson Helm is great for Arena, Warden's decent, then of course you have these 2 that are just staples in an account for starters, but nothing that spectacular in it yet. Again, I'm going to start out with the Ancient Shards since I am on a time constraint with that. So, wish me luck here. This is the one that I really need a decent epic or legendary on. I would love to get a good legendary on this one. And no, Gladiator is trash. Next. 5 more. Come on, let's see a yellow. Let's see a yellow. Nope, Diabolist. Trash. She's a drop in, what is it, Chapter 12. Campaign. Elhain. Elhain's okay. She's alright. I mean, she has some decent AoE. Attacks all enemies twice. Then 1 enemy, all enemies. She can hit pretty hard. She's good. She's good for Spider, but nothing that spectacular, not that impressive. I'd like to get something better on this account. I really need something that I can just rip through with. Gaelic. I do not like it. Gaelic, I just feel like he doesn't hit hard enough. Alright, next. Let's see a yellow. Let's see a yellow. Oh, geez, at this point I only got 2 shards left. I'll even take a really good epic. Just pink. Pink. Let me see pink. Oh, nope. Theurgist. I think this one is okay. Yeah, 30% increased defense, 25% increased attack. That's okay. 1 enemy, block buffs. That's decent. Only block buffs on 1, but turn meter for random ally. She's okay. I don't know, might toy with her on this account just because I have nothing better at this point. Come on, let's see something good. Elder. He's garbage too. It'd be nice if we put a counterattack on everybody, but since it's just him, and ally protection for just 1 ally. You don't even get to choose just the most injured. No. If this had a higher than a 25% chance of provoking, that could be nice. He could be kind of tankish, but no. No. Alright, so saving the best for last. This is my main account. This one here, I have a lot of good stuff on this one, which is amazing. I've just had a lot of good luck with this account because I haven't even spent much money. I bought the pack for shards at level, what was it, 50? I've bought a few of the ancient shard packs, the cheap ones that are like $5 for a pack of 5 and gems along with it when there was cheap deals like that of sales. Other than that, I really haven't spent much of any money on this account. So I've been very, very fortunate with the drops that I've gotten on this one. And I can't say the same for the other accounts, other than, I mean, Bad Alcazar is great, but that's literally one, and I started that account only maybe 3 or 4 weeks after I started this one, and this one I've had 9 already. I actually used one as food not too long ago because I just could not fit her into my roster anymore. It was a Raglin, or Raglin, whatever, Raglin. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. But anyway, as you can see, I have quite a few good legendaries. I just got Martyr the other day, who's amazing. I got Black Knight, who doesn't seem that great, but figure I'll hang on to him. Maybe they'll buff him eventually. I'm going to go right over to opening the shards. I'm only opening my Ancients on this because you're about to see this drop back down. There's only 4 minutes left, so I'm going to open these 3. I want to save these for an event. My other accounts, I'm not worried about events because they're just extra accounts to toy with. And I'm really, more than anything, anxious to get them to level 50 as quickly as possible, which means decent champions to farm easier and faster and save me time. So, alright, here we go. Wish me luck on this. I need something really good for Arena. I would love a good Arena champion. Oh, alright, and I need some silver on this. Alright, I only have 3 minutes left, so I gotta sell something quick. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and just, let me see here. Attack. Alright, I know I have stuff I can sell on this account. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and sell some of these things. These, I know I'm never gonna use them because they're just not things that they're ones that had decent stats on them, but with artifacts that I know I'm just never gonna use. And the stats on my lifesteal and speed are decent enough. It really doesn't make sense to lose those bonuses. Alright, so here we go. Gonna do these 3, then head back to the other accounts. Let's see a yellow. Let's see a good Arena champion here. Good Arena. Come on. I do not know this champion. 1 enemy, 6% chance of placing, 25% weaken debuff. It only attacks 1. Damage is increased by 75% if the champion has full HP. That's interesting. 1 enemy, 6% chance of placing a stun debuff. Resets cooldowns on each of the champion's skills if the target's killed. That's kind of cool. You can bump it up to a 90% chance to stun, and if you kill them you get an extra turn. So if he hits hard, he could be pretty decent. Attacks 1 enemy, 30% chance of placing a leech debuff. Leech is just not that great. Nice that it ignores 30% of the target's defense though, but doesn't seem that great. So yeah, people seem to like him for Arena, but I'm just not that impressed. I feel like that Hordeer or Hordine or whatever his name is better. Alright, so 2 more here. I wouldn't mind getting Crimson Helm on this, although there's better ones out there. Grimskin, I don't think Grimskin's any good. Attacks all enemies, 80% chance of removing a random buff. Well, that could come in useful. I'm going to go quick here, almost out of time. Attacks on enemy 2 times, 50% chance of placing Provoke. That can get up to 70%, so that's not too bad. And, alright, so you pretty much be able to provoke 1 enemy. 1 enemy, 25 decreased speed. Alright, so it's not bad. Alright, last one here. I gotta open this quick because it is almost time for the reset. Alright, and Sorceress. Oh well. So, she's okay. She hits pretty hard too, but just not that spectacular. Alright, so that does it for, yeah, of course. And see, I need legendary tombs. I don't know why you're trying to sell me epics. I do not need epics right now. Really need legendary ones up. And here's the reset. You're gonna see it drop now. Oh, no. Rate's still up. That's interesting. Maybe it's until tomorrow? I don't know. Regardless, I'm going to go ahead and open my other shards on the other accounts. Here's an epic. See, I don't even need an epic Tims on this account. Such a shame. I'm definitely going to be able to put that legendary there to use. But yeah, I don't even have any epic champions at this point that I really need. I've been so fortunate on this account that all of the epics that I needed tombs on have their skills maxed already. So, well, I shouldn't say all their skills. Like High Katoon here, there's still a few things I can max, but she has her speed increase maxed out. I mean, I could decrease this to 4 turns, and I guess get an increased debuff chance here, 10%. I mean, that's not particularly amazing. I mean, it's a decreased speed. It's okay. But anyway, I don't know. I just don't know if I kind of feel like I'd rather save the epic tombs for somebody else, because her main use that I have her for currently, she used to be on Clan Boss and I had a speed group. Now that I have Martyr, she is just for Arena for the speed boost. That's why I have all speed gear on her. You can see her speed is pretty crazy here. Even at Gold 4, it's rare that anybody actually gets a turn before she does, because I use her speed aura and the speed. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and open up the rest of the shards in a second. Just, again, on this one, really don't have any epics that I could use it on. I have to, what is this guy? I don't think he's anything that great. Yeah, no, he's food. Jeez, wow, that's horrible. Yeah, so he's going to be a food. Vrask is going to be a food because I already have him. It's a shame. Tyrell, I've had a lot of really good drops, these ancients, but I already have a Tyrell that's maxed. I have absolutely no point in maxing out another Tyrell. He's going to be food. This Knight Errant, I might hang on to him. I'm going to unlock this champion because he's food, he's food. I'm going to hang on to him. I think my vault is full though. Oh no, I got one slot for him, so there we go. But yeah, I've had some really fortunate drops. I had that Martyr drop, I had the Knight. So alright, as you can see, I do have a lot of epics on this account, just none that I can think of off the top of my head that I really need. Like, might use Dark Athel, since she's really good for Spider. I might use her. I'm not sure if she is better or this other new, I think his name's Basilisk or something. He has an A1 that does AoE attacks like Bellower. So his ratings are really good. I've encountered him in Arena. He hits pretty hard, so it might be worth it. Anyway, back to these other accounts now. Okay, so I'm going to save this one for last because that's the one that I need the most. Alright, so this is the one with Bad Alcazar on it, so going to go ahead and open up these ones next. I got just one Void, one Sacred, but Sacred, of course, you're guaranteed an epic, so that should be good. Alright, so the Void, let's see what I get here. Is the drop rate still up? Yeah, drop rate is still up. So maybe this is going on for another day. Alright, well, here we go. Wish me luck. Let's see what I can get with this. Again, only one legendary on this account, so I could really use something. I would love to get like Santa Claus on this with the Void. That'd be cool. Or that Crook Straka or whatever her name is. She is insane. And instead I get food. She's, what is she, like 3s? Yeah, 3s. Yeah, it's just complete trash. Easy on the eyes, but a little flat. But anyway, yeah, she's food. Alright, next. Alright, wish me luck here. Again, I'd really like a decent legendary on this one. Another one like Bad Alcazar or something else, like maybe Nethril would be great. Epic. Oh, Deathless, okay. Well, Deathless she's actually a really good champion for Arena if you're going with a defensive team. I prefer speed teams because I prefer to be on the offensive, but if you have a lot of really strong defense champions and it makes sense to go with a defense aura to make them hit harder, then you know, she's actually a pretty good choice. She kind of looks cool, interesting, this like face stuff going on here and all that, but anyway. What makes her amazing is that the more your allies die, the stronger she gets. So, like with her A1 here, This one here can do a lot of different stuff. It attacks one enemy, 70% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense, 2 turns if 1 or more allies are dead, 30% decreased speed for 2 turns if 2 or more allies are dead, and then a 50% decreased accuracy debuff for 2 turns if 3 or more allies are dead. So the more of your allies die, the stronger she gets, and everything of hers is based off defense, which is great because it means more protection and she hits harder simultaneously. And since it's 70% and you can get 3 of these, you can max this out to 100%. So me, I never used accuracy on her for debuffs. My focus on her was damage, so crit damage and tons of defense. I'll show you why the crit damage in a second, because, alright, her A2, 30% reflect damage buff on this champion for 2 turns, attacks an enemy, 80% chance of placing a provoke debuff for 1 turn, again based on defense, and you can max this out with the skills to 100%, which means that as long as she has a modest amount of accuracy and the enemy team doesn't have a bunch of resist, she's going to provoke somebody while giving herself a reflect damage, so you're guaranteed that they're going to come at one of your champions that has a ton of defense, so she's very hard to take down, and then on top of that, it's going to reflect 30% of the damage done to her back to the enemy. Now this is absolutely my favorite here. The Ascended attacks all enemies. Attack will always be critical if there are 2 or more dead allies. Damage increases according to the number of dead allies. Damage is based on defense, and you could of course reduce the cooldowns to 5, increase the damage by 25%. I have her maxed on my main account. This is devastating. Again, if you have a defense team, Deathless is amazing for a defensive team. You get a defense aura that it makes her hit harder, it makes all of your other champions absorb more damage without, you know, their hit points being impacted as dramatically. And this here is why I boosted up her crit damage. I believe it was her gloves that I had crit damage on, or maybe I just went for a lot of extra stats with crit damage. Regardless, she had a lot of crit damage on her on my main account. I just don't use her anymore because now with a speed group, she's not viable in my speed group. But if down the road I were ever to go with a defensive team again, she would definitely be my pick. And if you have a defensive team and you have her, this is amazing, because after a couple of your allies die, like, they do not want to take you out. You don't go with a healer, you go with her as a finisher, because who cares about healing your team if once everybody's dead, you're going to have her to kill off the enemies. It's amazing. She does have a pretty strong ally resist too, the 70 here. This is an amazing amount of resist. So if you're going with a team that for whatever reason you want a bunch of resistance so you don't get debuffs on you, then yeah, that's something that's amazing that she offers too. Really, 70 is really good. So alright, that's all that I got on this one for now. Let's go ahead and head to the other one where it's just one sacred, but like I said, I really need a powerful epic, or even better, a powerful legendary on this account. So wish me luck on this, because I could really use this on this account. Here we go. Come on, let's see a yellow. Let's see a yellow. It's a yellow shard. It should be a yellow. Hope. I don't even know who Hope is. I'm assuming she's garbage. Attacks all enemies, 50% chance of removing all buffs. Actually, that's not too bad. That could be useful in some dungeons. It could be useful in arena, but it's also really situational, because it depends. Is that an enemy team that's buffing themselves up or trying to debuff you, or are they just going for flat out damage with champions like Athel and Kale and things like that? So I feel like this is too situational to really be that great in arena. It could be okay in some of the dungeons. I'm sure she's going to have modest ratings for the dungeons, especially since it removes all the buffs from all of them, and you can get this up to a 75% chance. That's pretty good. Alright. Increases the duration of... Ooh. This is interesting. Increases the duration of buffs on all allies by 1 turn. Places a shield buff equal to 15% of this champion's HP on all allies for 2 turns. Wow. That could be amazing with some champions. Like with Rashkard, with her... Wow, she's one of these champions that could actually make you immortal with 1 Rashkard, because say you have Rashkard, he places a absorbs it basically makes it so that they become invulnerable for its 2 consecutive turns. I believe you can reduce it down with the cooldowns down to 4 turns, which means with her, she could extend it to be a 3-turn, and then if you have Painkeeper, you can reduce his cooldown, and basically with Hope, along with Painkeeper, along with Roshguard, you could have an immortal team. I wonder how many people know that, because this, yeah, I was thinking her rating should be pretty high. Because, yeah, if you have a team that relies on self-buffs, she would be really good. This is actually a pretty decent champion. I'm definitely going to hang on to her. It's not exactly what I was hoping for, but it's pretty decent. Yeah, same deal. Oh, no. Alright, so... trying to think. See, the only thing is, since I don't have any particularly amazing champions on this group, I don't know. She could work nice with Crimson Helm, too. Now, where is she? There she is, Hope. Alright, so, yeah, she could work well with Crimson Helm, because with Crimson Helm, you have this, where it's the provoke, block damage buff on her, and so you could actually block damage on her for 2 turns instead of just 1, which would be great. And then a revive on death and that increased defense buff on all allies for 3 turns, basically, with Hope here. I mean, it's a 75% chance. You have a pretty good well, no, excuse me, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. This isn't even a chance. This is guaranteed. Increased durational buffs from allies. So yeah, that's amazing, because then you're guaranteed. Wow. So yeah, her combined with Crimson Helm could be really devastating in Arena, where even if your enemies die, they're coming back to life because of her A3 combined with her, is it A2? So that could actually be a really great combo in Arena. But I don't have too many other champions that do really good debuffs like him. I can make a pretty sick team on this, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because I could have him do his reflect damage on all my champions in 1 turn. Have her do well, I would say instead of doing that, I would rather do the revive on death. I want to extend that. So the revive on death, increase defense, get that to 3 turns. Get his reflect damage here to, actually, wrong one here. His reflect damage to 3 turns. And then if I could find somebody else, what does he do? I think he has a shield somewhere. I think his armored scales, yeah. 15. Oh, well, nah. It's a shield, yeah. Yeah, shield buff on all allies for 3 turns. It could extend it to 4, which, I mean, if the enemy goes through the shield, then it's not going to do you much good, but you'd get an extra heal turn as well for 3 turns. So yeah, I could actually make a pretty sick team here. So with thinking like with Zelata, Crimson Helm, Warden, and Hope, yeah, I mean, my top champions, I mean, it'd be nice to have him get another counter in a turn. Kale, he's really more about attack than he is his debuffs. Nobody else up here that's really particularly amazing. Like with Apothecary, actually, you could get an extra turn of a speed buff, so that could be pretty cool too. That speed could come in handy, so she could actually be used well with him. I'm thinking she could be used, Hope could come in handy with Apothecary, could come in useful with Zelata, Crimson Helm, Warden, all those champions she could actually be useful with. So that's pretty cool. I might be able to make a pretty decent group with this. And yeah, I'm definitely going to have to go ahead and check this out. I'm definitely have to max her out. I'm going to max her out ASAP. I think she's going to be the next one that I'm going to bring up to the 5 stars for all my champions. I was debating on who to bring up, but yeah, she's just, that's pretty decent. Yeah, so, well, I mean, it's not exactly what I was expecting, but it's something. It's definitely at least got somebody who's useful on this. It's going to be interesting. I'm interested to see how these mechanics are going to pan out here. I wish I had a speed aura in this. I really regret I got rid of Katoon in this, because I figured I just wanted to max this account out to 50 for the referral bonus, and I was like, I don't need Katoons at the time. I just didn't think she was that great, but she has that speed aura, and I have not gotten anybody else with a speed aura here. I'd love to have that, but I mean, I have Apothecary for a speed boost, but not a speed aura. But anyway, well, I mean, regardless, I could always go with a defense aura. She scales off defense on most of her attacks. Yeah, attack and defense. Defense. He scales off defense. Well, attack and defense again, but mostly defense. So yes, I mean, I could actually go with a defensive team here with a defense aura. Like, I guess Apothecary, because he's the only one with the defense aura and a speed boost. And I actually Hope could buff him up, so I could go with Hope, him, Crimson Helm, Warden, and then I could add him in for dungeons for the groups of 5s. That could actually be a pretty decent team here. I'm curious as to how they're going to pan out. So yeah, maybe I'll go ahead and do some runs of this one of these days. It's going to take me a while to max them out, but eventually I'll max them out. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I'm interested. So yeah, but that's all that I got for today. I got something that's kind of decent, and if you're not familiar with Hope, then now you finally got a chance to see another champion here that increases buff duration, which she's another one where, like I said, she could make it the right team immortal. Let me just double check and make sure, because I'm just about positive with Roshkard. I think he's Sacred Order, either Sacred Order or Bannerlord. Yeah, Sacred Order. So yeah, this is where he makes, yeah, so 4 turns. Yes, so yeah, so it's 6 turns, but you can reduce it down to 4 turns, and it puts the buff on them for 2 turns. So you extend the buff with Hope, makes this 3 turns, and then you'd only have 1 turn where he wouldn't have it up. But then if you had somebody like Painkeeper that could reduce all your cooldowns, then yeah, he could essentially make a group immortal with him and Hope. Any other champion that could actually either extend buffs, like if you had another Hope, or if you had I don't know who else reduces cooldowns off the top of my head other than her. But then of course you would also want to load him up with the Mastery, which gives a chance of reducing the cooldown. It's only 5%, but for those of you who aren't familiar with it, it's something that is a must for champions with really good cooldowns like that, skills. It's this one here, I believe, yeah. Cycle of Magic. 5% chance of decreasing the cooldown of a random skill by 1 at the start of every turn. So it's only a 5% chance, so basically it's 1 in 20 turns is when this would happen. But still, with somebody like Roshkard, like I said, with Hope, this alone, if this procced, him and Hope could make a team immortal, at least for a decent amount of rounds. But yeah, so anyway, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's all that I got for today, guys. So stay tuned for the next episode. Appreciate you staying in here. Glad you got a chance to see Hope and at least got somebody in here that was decent during this increased drop rate. And again, stay tuned for future episodes. I might do a champion spotlight on her as well. I kind of did a semi-spotlight just now, though. And anyway, hope you guys have some good drops here. If you have any questions about any of this, post in the comments below. Otherwise, I will catch you guys in the next episode. Hi guys, this is Anthony here, also known on this channel as AscendantGod. Wanted to thank you for checking out my channel here, really appreciate it. Be sure to check out the other videos. I got plenty of goodies on here. Also check out the description sections in the videos, got plenty of links on there for all different kinds of goodies that I think would be worthwhile for you guys. If there is something in particular that you don't see on my channel that you want to see, be sure to let me know in the comment section as well. And I think that's about it. All I've got. I'm just gonna get back to this thing here. I'm pretty sure if I just...
Oh, we have such sights to show you.
Wow. That's really funny. Same here.